So this is numbers 13 through 16 on your study guide. We are trying to find the extra piece of information, the third congruent statement that would allow me to prove the two triangles are congruent with the given congruence theorem. So this particular one is AAS. And so we're trying to prove it with AAS. So let's mark up what we have. We have been given that AB and DE are congruent. We've been told that angle A is congruent to angle D. Now we're trying to use AAS, which means we need another angle, and it needs to be touching this angle here, because there's the side, there's an angle, so we need this angle here, which would be angle C. And there is my side, there's the angle, and I need one more angle here. So notice if I read this, I would have angle, angle, side. That would give me my AAS. So what's the last one that I'm missing? I'm missing angle C is congruent to angle F. Now we look again. This time we've been asked to use SAS. So we're going to kind of mark these out here. Sorry, I didn't realize these for all three problems. Alright, so on this next one, I've been told that AB is congruent to DE. I've been told that AC is congruent to DF, and I've been asked to use the side angle side. Remember, the angle has to be the included angle between these two sides, so we're referring to angle A. So angle A is going to be congruent to, if you look, A is congruent to D is the included angle here, so angle D would be the last thing I need to use for the SAS. So we're going to cross this out again. I'm making a mess out of these triangles. And then finally, here we have AC. So we've been told that this side is congruent to DF. I've been told that angle C is congruent to angle F. And I've been asked to use the ASA. So I have an angle, I have a side. That side has to be the included side between these two letters. So it's got to be angle, side. This is my last angle here. Here I've got angle, side. This has to be my last included angle here. So it's going to be angle A is congruent to angle D to be able to finish this so that I can say I've got angle, side, angle. Number 16, I'm doing a proof. Statements and reasons. Number 1, DC bisects angle ADB. And that to me was given. Now look at what's being bisected, angle ADB. Now if something's being bisected, what that means is that it's going to be cut into two congruent parts. So this angle and this angle are going to be congruent. So number 2, I can say angle ADC. Think about it like connecting the dots from A to D to C. That means I'm talking about this angle. Is congruent to angle BDC. Again, think about it like it's connecting dots. We're touching B to D to C, so we're talking about this angle. So these two angles are congruent. Why? Because of the definition of a bisector, which says that it cuts the angle into two congruent halves. And then we have number 3. We have been told that angle B and A are also congruent. That's been given to us. Angle B is congruent to angle A. That's given. Now, if you look, the only other thing that we can say is congruent, because we've run out of given information, is this reflexive side right here. So I can say that DC is congruent to DC, and that's going to be the reflexive property. Now, if you look very carefully, this is an angle, and a side. So this is going angle, angle, side, which means these two triangles are congruent by the AAS congruence theorem. So number 5, I can now say that triangle ADC is congruent to triangle. What matches with the A or corresponds to the A? B. What matches to my D? D. And what matches to my C? C. So these two triangles are congruent by the AAS congruence theorem. And finally, if these two triangles are congruent, so are all their corresponding parts, such as CB is congruent to CA. So I can now say that this side right here is congruent to this side. Why? because of CPCTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent.